Have you ever had one of those days where you wake up already tired, even though you went to bed early? You slept through the night, didn't do anything unusual, and still, you just feel off. Your mind is foggy. Your body feels heavy. You're not sick, but you're definitely not at your best either. Now here's the question no one's asking. What if that feeling isn't just part of getting older? What if it isn't stress, poor sleep, or some random imbalance, but something far more subtle? Something that starts in the small habits you repeat every single day without thinking. Habits you've done your whole life. Habits that feel harmless, but might be silently draining your energy, lowering your immunity, and even shaving years off your life. Sounds dramatic, but here's the truth. There are 5 areas on your body that most people completely overlook. And when I say overlook, I don't mean we ignore them on purpose. I mean we don't even realize they matter. But they do, in ways that will surprise you. What's even more surprising is how fast your body can bounce back when you start paying attention. We're not talking about complicated health regimens or expensive products. We're talking about tiny 2-minute habits that most of us never learned, but that can dramatically shift how we feel, function, and age. So stay with me, because by the time we're done, you're going to know exactly what to change and why the results might feel like a full-body reset. If you're serious about living smarter, not harder, and getting more energy out of your day, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps get this info to more people. And if you want more simple strategies to feel your best, subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel is about helping you live longer and stronger without gimmicks. All right, let's talk about the first body part you probably never think about, but absolutely should. Let's talk about your tongue. Now I know what you're thinking. You brush your teeth. You floss. Maybe you rinse with mouthwash. So your mouth should be fine, right? Here's the problem. Your tongue isn't just sitting there, helping you taste food and form words. It's a breeding ground. At any moment, your tongue is home to over 700 different types of bacteria. Some of them are helpful, many are not. Think of your tongue like a sponge. It soaks up bacteria, food particles, dead skin cells, everything that passes through your mouth. And if you're not cleaning it properly, that buildup doesn't just stay in your mouth. It can seep into your bloodstream through tiny microtears and inflamed gums. That means something as basic as an unclean tongue can have ripple effects throughout your entire body. It can lower your immune function. It can contribute to gum disease. It's even been linked to serious conditions like heart disease and complications from diabetes. And get this, when you start cleaning your tongue the right way, the difference is immediate, not just in your breath, but in how things taste. Many older adults report that within a few days of tongue cleaning, their sense of taste actually sharpens. Coffee tastes richer, fruit tastes brighter, food becomes more enjoyable again. There was a woman named Linda who tried this. She was 67, retired, and had stopped enjoying meals because everything tasted bland. She figured it was just age, but when she added proper tongue cleaning into her routine, she said it felt like flipping a light switch. She could finally taste again. Her dentist even noticed the difference. Less plaque, healthier gums. The process isn't complicated. It takes about 2 minutes in the morning. But that 2 minutes? It could be the most important thing you do for your health that day. Because when your mouth is cleaner, your immune system can breathe easier. It doesn't have to spend energy fighting off bacteria it shouldn't have had to deal with in the first place. You free up that energy for better focus, faster healing, and deeper sleep. And the benefits go beyond breath and taste. One man I spoke to, Theodore, had been battling chronic bad breath for years. Brushed, flossed, rinsed, nothing worked. He was embarrassed in social situations, even with family. Someone recommended tongue scraping to him. 2 weeks later, the issue was gone. Just gone. He couldn't believe it. His confidence returned, and he stopped avoiding conversations and close contact. So here's your takeaway. If you've been brushing your teeth and skipping your tongue, you've been fighting half the battle. And the other half could be costing you more than you realize. But let's keep going, because if you think that was eye-opening, the next part of your body we're going to talk about might just be the one carrying more than its share of the load. Let's talk about your feet. We expect a lot from our feet. They carry us through every day. They support our weight, absorb shock, keep us moving, and balance us as we age. And in return, most of us give them a quick rinse and maybe a pair of clean socks. It's not enough, not by a long shot. Your feet have more sweat glands than any other part of your body. That means they're constantly producing moisture. Combine that with dark, warm shoes and socks, and you've got the perfect breeding ground for bacteria and fungi. But here's what's worse. When your foot hygiene suffers, it doesn't just cause athlete's foot or cracked heels. It can actually impact your circulation, your balance, and even your heart. You see, your feet are one of the first places poor circulation shows up. If your toes are always cold, if you notice swelling, or if small wounds take too long to heal, that's not just annoying. That's a red flag. It could signal diabetes, cardiovascular problems, or neuropathy. And when foot issues go unchecked, especially as we age, the risk of falls goes up. The risk of infections goes up, and quality of life goes down. That's why proper foot care isn't just about comfort. It's about protecting your independence and your mobility. Because if your feet go down, so does everything else. I once spoke with Thomas, a 73-year-old retired truck driver. He had been dealing with redness and peeling between his toes for months. Brushed it off as nothing. But it wasn't nothing. It was a fungal infection. Left untreated, it spread, causing cracks and pain that made walking miserable. He finally saw a doctor, started taking foot hygiene seriously, daily washing, gentle drying, no moisture left behind. And in just a few weeks, not only did the infection clear, but his foot pain eased and his posture even improved. It's amazing how something that small can have that big an effect. And it's not just about washing. Most people skip the critical step, drying. Not just patting dry. I'm talking about getting in between the toes, making sure there's zero leftover moisture, because that's where trouble hides. And after your feet are clean and dry, keeping the skin hydrated, carefully, is essential. Dry skin cracks. Cracked skin opens the door for infection. But be careful. Never put lotion between your toes. That area needs to stay dry to stay healthy. And here's a little bonus habit that can completely shift your awareness of your own health. Check your feet every day. Look for new spots, cuts, discoloration, or swelling. Your feet are like the dashboard of your health. When something's wrong, they'll often show the signs first. Let's recap where we are. First, we cleaned the tongue, the gateway to your bloodstream. Then, we moved to the feet, the foundation that supports your whole body. And now, we're going to shift upward again to a place most people associate with sweat and deodorant, but never with immunity. Your armpits. Yes, your underarms do more than just smell. They house one of the body's most important detox networks, your lymph nodes. These little nodes help your body drain waste and fight infection. And guess where a whole bunch of them live? Right beneath your armpits. So when you skip washing there properly, when you rely on deodorant to do all the heavy lifting, and when you let buildup of sweat, bacteria, and product accumulate, you're not just risking odor. You're interfering with your body's natural defense system. We're talking clogged pores, chronic irritation, even swollen or tender lymph nodes. Your deodorant might mask the smell, but it's not removing the problem. Only proper cleansing does that. We'll get deeper into this in the next section, because there's more to this than you think, including how your underarms might be affecting your circulation and hormone balance. But for now, you've already taken the first step. You're becoming aware. Most people never get this far. Most people assume hygiene is just about staying clean. But the truth is, it's about staying alive. And when you start to clean with purpose, intention, and awareness, your body starts responding in ways you can feel. And that's just the beginning. You're still with me, which already sets you apart. Because you're the kind of person who doesn't just want to feel a little better. You want to understand why you don't feel your best and fix it. That's exactly what we're doing here. We've already uncovered how your tongue, your feet, and your underarms can silently affect your energy, immunity, and long-term health. Now let's talk about something you do nearly 20,000 times a day, but probably haven't thought about even once today. Breathing. Specifically, how well you breathe, how clean your airways are, and why taking a few minutes to care for your nose, not your lungs, your nose, could transform your sleep, your focus, and your entire sense of well-being. It sounds dramatic, but hear me out. Your nose is one of the most sophisticated filters on the planet. It traps dust, allergens, mold spores, bacteria, and pollutants before they ever get near your lungs. It warms the air, moisturizes it, protects your airways. But just like any filter, it only works if you keep it clean. And most people don't. We assume that unless we're sick or congested, our nose is working fine. But the truth is, microscopic irritants and mucus build up slowly, layer by layer. And as they do, they start to restrict airflow, dry out your nasal passages, and even mess with your oxygen intake. And when oxygen intake suffers, everything suffers. Less oxygen to your brain means more fatigue, more brain fog, and slower reaction time. It means shallow sleep. It means you wake up groggy and crash mid-afternoon, even if you thought you slept well. And here's the kicker. Poor nasal hygiene has even been linked to an increased risk of respiratory infections. Why? Because your nose can't fight off what it can't trap. And when it's clogged, inflamed, or dry, it can't do its job. That's why adding a simple nasal care routine to your morning and night can make such a difference. Let me tell you about James. He's 69, retired from construction, and spent years thinking that his constant nasal congestion was just a part of getting older. He used to wake up at 2 a.m. gasping for air. His sleep was light. His energy was gone by noon. Then someone told him about saline rinses. He thought it sounded ridiculous. Why would cleaning his nose change anything? But after 2 weeks of using a gentle spray each morning and breathing in steam at night, the results were undeniable. He was sleeping through the night. His snoring stopped. His mind felt sharper. He told me, "It was like flipping a switch. I didn't realize how little air I'd been breathing in until I finally started breathing right again." James isn't alone. Bella, a 76-year-old gardening enthusiast, had the same experience. For years, she'd wake up feeling like her face was stuffed with cotton. No cold, no allergies, just this persistent fog. But once she started a simple nasal rinse in the morning, everything changed. Her sleep deepened. Her mornings felt clear, and she finally had the energy to get back to the things she loved. And look, this doesn't require anything complicated. A bit of warm water, a saline rinse, some steam, and a willingness to treat your nose like the critical health tool it is. Because when your nasal passages are clear, your body doesn't have to fight to get oxygen. It doesn't have to struggle to rest. It just works. You feel better. You think clearer. And you sleep like you haven't slept in years. And if you're still thinking, "Really? My nose?" Just try it. Give it a week. You might be shocked by how much easier it becomes to breathe, move, focus, and relax. But now, we're going even deeper, to a place no one talks about. One of the most neglected spots on your body. One that can smell strange, trap bacteria, and even harbor infection without you realizing it. Let's talk about your belly button. Yep, your navel. That tiny little divot most of us stopped thinking about the moment we turned 10. But here's the thing. Your belly button isn't just a leftover scar. It's a warm, moist, enclosed space. And those three things, warmth, moisture, and a lack of airflow, are a perfect breeding ground for bacteria, dead skin, sweat, and even yeast. Most people never clean their belly button properly. Some don't clean it at all. And when that happens, it becomes a little pocket of buildup. You might not smell it. You might not feel it. But it's there. Slowly collecting grime, slowly irritating the skin, and over time creating an environment where infection can take root. And for people with diabetes, compromised immunity, or a history of piercings, that risk only goes up. Take Jane, for example. She's 78 and had been noticing a strange, musty smell that just wouldn't go away. She tried switching soaps, changed her laundry detergent, even overhauled her diet. But the smell stayed. Then someone casually mentioned cleaning her belly button. It had never crossed her mind. But she gave it a try. Warm water, a little gentle soap, dried carefully with a cotton swab. And within days, the smell disappeared. Just like that. That's the power of these overlooked habits. They seem small, but their impact? Massive. You see, your skin is your largest organ. Every inch of it is connected. And when one area is harboring bacteria or infection, even in tiny amounts, it affects everything. Your immune system, your skin health, even your body odor. And here's an extra tip for those with belly button piercings, old or new. Just because a piercing is healed doesn't mean it's clean. The hole never fully closes. It becomes a small pocket where sweat and bacteria can get trapped. So take a moment each day to gently clean around the jewelry, dry the area fully, and keep an eye out for redness or sensitivity. What you prevent in 2 minutes today could save you weeks of irritation down the road. Because here's the big truth behind all of this. Your body is whispering to you all the time. Through your breath, through your skin, through your energy levels, your sleep, your balance, even your sense of taste. The question is, are you listening? Because sometimes it's not about taking more supplements or trying a new workout or overhauling your life. Sometimes it's about cleaning your tongue or taking your shoes off, washing your feet properly, and giving them the attention they deserve. Sometimes it's about giving your underarms a break from harsh products and rinsing away the bacteria that no deodorant can fix. Sometimes it's about clearing your nose and giving your brain the oxygen it's been quietly begging for. Sometimes it's about paying attention to the smallest, strangest places, like your belly button. And in doing that, you start to feel different. You start to feel lighter, cleaner, more energized. You stop getting those weird, unexplained symptoms. Your breath is better. Your food tastes brighter. Your body feels more yours again. And you realize, this isn't just hygiene. This is health. Real health. Simple health. The kind that doesn't come in a bottle, but in the quiet consistency of caring for yourself in ways that no one ever taught you. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one of these habits, just one. Add it to your daily routine. Do it for a week. Then come back and tell me what changed. Because something will. And when you're ready, layer on a second, then a third, and pretty soon, you'll be building a lifestyle that's cleaner, stronger, and more in tune with your body than it's ever been. You don't need to do everything all at once, but doing something is where the magic starts. Now I want to hear from you. What was the most surprising thing you learned today? Which one of these 5 habits are you going to try first? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single one. And if you found this video helpful, take a second to like it. It really does help more people discover these life-changing tips. And make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you never miss another simple, science-backed way to live better, longer. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being someone who takes ownership of their health. And I'll see you in the next one.